Hey guys, welcome back. This is Darmoon Tamer here, and I'm here to give you an updated deck profile of my Royal Paladin Jewel Knights. Now, today, this is excuse me, sorry, I have big burritos. Anyways, so, I'm actually quite excited about re-updating this deck. It's now been upgraded to more of the Ashlei Reverse CrossBreak Ride, so yeah, I'm actually quite looking forward to it. There are some cards in here that I'm technically still missing, but I'll use whatever Jewel Knights I have to fill in the empty spots. Okay? So with any further ado, let's get on with the profile. The first one I have is Desired Jewel Knight Heloise. What she does is that as long as you have 3 or more Jewel Knights in the rear guard circles, in the rear guard, she becomes an 8k booster all by herself. So I think she's pretty much freaking awesome right then and there. So it kind of makes your opponent to force your opponent to use more of his or her hand. So to me, this is pretty much an awesome card to have. The reason why I changed this from the Salome build to because, you know, I like cross rides, I like break rides, so why not just do a fucking cross break ride? So I got I'm running 4 heal triggers. The Ardent Jewel Knight Polli. And then I'm also running 4 draw triggers. Devoting Jewel Knight Tabitha. Nothing against unicorns, but I'm more of a humanoid person than, you know, animals kind of thing. Nothing against animals, because, you know, they're all lovable, cutesy, but I really do like to have my cards humans kind of thing on some parts. There are only 2 cards in this deck that has animals, and I think you probably know which ones I'm talking about. So, for my next, I'm running 8 crits, 4 Blazing Jewel Knight Rachels, and Jewel Knight Noble Stingers, the newest critical trigger for Jewel Knights from set 14. I think she looks hella badass, to be honest, but I just wish, because normally I'd be running like all 12 crits, but in some circumstances like this, maybe it's probably best to run some draw triggers to boot. Alright. So, anyways, on to grade 1s. I'm running 4 Stinging Jewel Knight Shellies. She is your 10k attacker as long as your rear guards have 3 or more Jewel Knights. So, yeah, that's your 3k attacker, or 10k attacker. Blech. I have a hard time speaking today. Next, I'm running 4 Security Jewel Knight Alwains. What she does, as long as you have, you can choose an Ashlei from your drop zone and put it at the bottom of your deck, and then your Vanguard Ashlei or your Rear Guard Ashlei, Vanguard or Rear Guard. Oh. It could be either one. So it chooses with Ashlei in its name, it gets 5,000 power in that turn. So if you have even Ashlei Reverse herself, just the word Ashlei counts. So yeah, I have a friend of mine who also runs Jewel Knights Royal Paladins, and he kind of recommended me these 4. They have the same ability almost as Ordained Owl does in Regalias. I'm also still running 4 Flash Shield Iseult Flashing Jewel Knight Iseult. I do have a Quentin wall, but I hear people saying that running 3 Nullifies and 1 Quentin wall would be a great option. But I personally want to run 2 of each, like 2 Iseults, 2 Quentin walls, but unfortunately I don't have a second Quentin wall to deliver today. So for now, I'm running only the 4 perfect guards until I get my complete set of Loria, my perfect Quentin walls. And then I can do an updated deck profile from there. So that's one of the cards I'm basically missing out of this deck here. But other than that, it's pretty much well built. And then I'm running 2 Jewel Knight Prizmies. I used to run 4, but then the new Jewel Knights came in, and then I crushed down to 2 Prizmies. What she does is that you discard a card from your hand and draw 1 new card. So long as your rear guards is full of nothing but 3 or more Jewel Knights. So everything comes in here for every Jewel Knight you have. Next one I have is 4 Fellowship Jewel Knight Tracies. She is your 12k attacker as long as you have 3 or more Jewel Knights in the rearguard circles. So she's your 12k attacker, and probably one of the best cards in the deck. Everyone knows that, but you know, I have great pride in Jewel Knights, very much. Seeing as though I've always wanted to run Jewel Knights personally, because of Corrin and the way they look, and you know, the story behind them, and oh my god, they have incredible artwork too. They're exquisite work. Next, I'm running 4 Dogmatize Jewel Knight Sybils. My intention was actually to run 4 Banding Jewel Knight Mirandas, but unfortunately, I don't have a full set of Mirandas. So until I get my full set of Mirandas, then you know, Sybill will fill in the spot. But what she does is that when she's called to the Vanguard or Rearguard Circle, then you can Counterblast 2 and Superior Call 1 grade 1 or less Jewel Knight from your deck and Superior Call to any Rearguard you decide. So she does more Superior Calls too. Well, a little bit more support, so I think it's pretty nice. You know, temporary, but she's still a good card regardless. And then finally for grade 2s, I actually have 3 Linking Jewel Knight Tildas. People say she works actually better with Salome in the Salome build, but to me, this is mostly an updated reverse Corrin deck. So yeah, well, I wouldn't say 100% reverse Corrin deck, but it seems as though there's some cards missing. But you know, you gotta use what you got. So whenever a grade 3 Royal Paladin comes into play in the Vanguard Circle, you can use her skill to Counterblast 1 and Superior Call 1 grade 1 or less Jewel Knight. Grade 1 or less Jewel Knight from the deck and Superior Call it. So that's another special summoning from the same amount. So this deck does do a lot of Counterblasting, Superior Callings, kicking your ass if you've been bitchy to the girls. So, and next up for grade 3 is grade 3. I have running 8 grade 3s, and of course you can't have. I'm running 4 break rides, the Royal Paladin break rides. Pure Heart Jewel Knight Ashlei. She is the main engine for the CrossBreak Ride. So, what she does, or her break ride skill, is that when a Royal Paladin Vanguard rides on top of her, that card gets 10,000 power and +1 critical. But by herself, she gets 2,000 power whenever she attacks a Vanguard, if she is in the Vanguard circle. So, yeah. And I do love her skill because it does put on major pressure to her opponent's hand. Ow. And because of Alwain, you know, the more Ashleys, the better. And so finally, the head bitch in charge, and what I've been finally desiring for a while. 4 Broken Heart Jewel Knight Ashlei Reverse. My personal favorite Avatar of Darkness, but she has taken upon reverse, unwillingly, of course, but what she does is that you Counterblast 1 and lock. Her limit break is you Counterblast 1 and lock a Jewel Knight unit, and then you can retire one of your opponent's rear guards in the front row and Superior Call Jewel Knight from the deck. So it retires, and of course it strengthens your defense. And of course, since she's a cross-break ride, a cross-ride/break ride, she gets 2,000 power so long as Pure Heart Jewel Knight Ashlei is in a soul. So that's a 13k power, plus on top of that, it's at 23,000 on her own. But combine that with Alwain's skill, for every Jewel Knight, let's just say about 3 Ashleys in the drop zone, you can put up to 3, you can put 3 of the Ashleys in your drop zone back into the bottom of your deck, and that will give her 15,000 power. So that's 23,000 on top of the 15. So that's 23,000 on top of 15,000. That's like 38,000 double critical right there. So if you draw another critical, that'd be like 43,000 triple critical. Your opponent will not stand a chance against that, how much ability that is. Unless the only way they probably save him is a nullify. And that's very hard to believe, but that's basically the truth. So anyways, so far I pulled a box. I did a box opening yesterday after I got done with my grandma's funeral, which of course was a blessing in disguise. So yeah, I managed to get some of the cards I want from all 3 of my clans: Genesis, Neo Nectar. There will be an updated there'll be a version 2 of my Neo Nectars in the next video. But for right now, I'm just trying to gather up some cards. I need one more break ride for that, and then that will be unraveled again. So yeah, anyways, this is my updated deck profile of Royal Paladin Jewel Knights, the Ashlei CrossBreak Ride version. I hope you guys like it, and please leave a comment down below. Like, please remember to subscribe, rate, thumbs up for this video, and yeah, I'll catch you guys later, and have a great weekend, you guys, and keep on card fighting. So, this is Dark Moon Tamer signing out.